Hi guys, welcome to another demo of Code Stencil. This time around I'm going to be showing you the DevExpress Blazor Grid stencil that we developed. So DevExpress has a lot of controls, and online you can go to www.devexpress.com, and this is their Blazor Grid stencil, control, and that's what this stencil is based on. And we just picked this. We just picked this from an example as a live session about a year ago by Don Weeby, in which he created an application using the Blazor CRUD and wrote everything. I think it took about 3 or 4 sessions. So we just grabbed the source code, imported it into Code Stencil, and converted it within a day or so to an actual stencil. And that's what I'm going to show you now, what that stencil is going to do. That stencil, all you have to just do is just to pick a schema. You can pick a schema from our schema library, or you use your own existing database, and you're going to get something that looks exactly like what was done in that demo. Okay, so here you have one of the options here: create a new DevExpress CRUD application. So you click on that, select the default project, and pick up DB first using the schema library. So we want to use our schema library. You're just going to look for any kind of schema. Let me see, hospitality, maybe hotel reservation. What does that look like? Let's see. Let's zoom in. Hotel room guests. Okay, we can make do with this. So we pick that one, select it. That's going to be the schema we're going to use for this application. And so right now, Code Stencil is building up the using the stencil to create a project. And the project is a copy from the stencil. It has all the the different folders and places where your generated code is going to go to, and that is actually based on what we imported from that demo online by Don Weeby, who works for DevExpress. Okay, so here we're going to pick SQL Server and just accept the default database name, which is just from the name of the schema, and that's it. So we have our stencil, our project created with the stencil, and then now we're going to have our schema imported into the schema dictionary. So this is the schema dictionary. You have exactly the same schema, and we are good to go. And so next thing is going to create a menu for us here now. And that's it. So if we want to see what the structure of the database will look like, we have what is called the code 3 panel. This is just hidden because really you don't need to bother yourself about it, but it still can be there if you want to see what it looks like. But this is basically the structure of the code. These are the projects that, based on that demo online, all we just did was just to reverse engineer it. We imported that source code into Code Stencil. There's a feature here called reverse engineer source code, and with that and a few tweaks here and there, you build up a stencil that will help you reproduce the same thing again, but this time around with your own database. Okay, so we have that now. The next thing is just to generate the application, and that's it. Well, not it. Actually, you have another option to make some configurations here. Here you can change how you want your editing to be done. We picked the pop-up edit form as a default now. We can leave it as that. Or if you want to have a search box as well to show up there. So these are just a few things that configuration items that we have exposed to the end user. There are more that can be exposed, but in order not to make this so confusing and with not too many options, you know, we just expose just these few ones. And you can always customize it to expose more items to fine tune the configuration. So we're just going to say continue. So right now our code is being generated, and so this this structure, this tree structure here, is a little bit complicated in terms of how, you know, it's actually a production ready real-time app that I can use because of the way it was structured. This can be made a lot simpler, you know, and that's the beauty about Code Stencil. You have many stencils. You have the ones that are complicated. You have the ones that are a little bit simpler to use. Like, for example, the one that we did before, the Blazor CRUD stencil, that was really straightforward. It didn't have a lot of, you know, the design was not too much in terms of it. It's just a simple one that allows you to just browse. But this one has more, you know, more interfaces and a lot more going on. So we wanted to make sure that we provided an option as that as well for users that want something more complicated to use. And as a part of our roadmaps, we are going to pick up some clean architecture codes as well, and do the same thing with clean architecture. So it's going to be a variety of that the user can pick and choose how much your design is, you know, you want the design to be. Okay, so we're done now, and we're also going to open this up in the Visual Studio 2022 preview. Okay, so it's loaded up, and this one, project 28, I mean this project here, we're going to set this one as the default project, so as a startup project. We have to do that before we start compiling. So set up as startup project, we do that there, and then that's it. We start the compilation. So right now Visual Studio is building up the app, and it's going to load it once it's done. The other thing while we're waiting for that to complete is that the good thing about Code Stencil is that you see all the version numbers here. We have what we call expanders for these version numbers specified in Code Stencil. So if a version changes, all you need to just do is just to go there and change the version, and that's it. You know, you don't have to go back to hack, you know, in the case if you're using like all the visuals or T4 templates, you have to go and hack the template again to match a new version. Nope, in Code Stencil there's an option there. You just switch the version, either the version of Visual of .NET, or even the version of the control you are using. Okay, so this should be loading now. Let's see. Okay, so it's loading now, and we have to look for a browser. It should appear in one of our browsers once it's ready. What is the default browser it's going to use? Let's see. Yep, there you go. Oops, sorry. Yep, there you go. So this is the application now. You see, hotel chain. These are all the tables, and the menus were created based on all the tables. And you can go. Let's look at the booking. You know, it says new. We don't have any guests yet, but Let's see, let's look at maybe hotel room. You can put in some data for the hotel room. So let's see, new hotel. We need to have an hotel first. So let's go hotel. And do we have any lookup there? Country. So we have a lookup for the country. We don't have any country yet. So let's reference country. Okay, reference country. Let's create something for that first. Okay, good. So currency, dollar, name, Canada. Okay, as a reference. So you have that there, and then the next thing is let's see, hotel chain. Okay, we can do this too. We can call this the Sheraton. And then reference country, hotel. Let's see now, do we have enough to create a hotel? We have the hotel chain, yes. Reference country, yes. Star rating, we don't have that yet. Nope. Okay, so let's go reference star rating. Reference star rating. Where is that now? Reference star rating, there you go. Anyway, I mean, it's quite obvious. I mean, you see the application is actually really is running, so you know. And I mean, that's basically, as you can see, that's a full CRUD application, you know, that we just designed in less than 10 minutes using the grid. So, and that's it. So you can either use a schema or even import an existing database. In upcoming videos, I will show you how you can use an existing database, you know, to create an application. So I hope you enjoyed this demo, and thanks for watching. And please hit the subscribe button for our channel. We need to have more subscribers on the channel. Thank you.